All right, chat. We have some Invincible news. Invincible show animator has just had a meltdown. I love Invincible. Ever since I started watching it and like looking up some stuff from the comics, I actually really like this show. Let's watch it.
There's been lots of discussions about Tech Jacket being swapped from a male character in the comics to a female character in the animated series of
Well, I just had that spoiled for me. Anyways,
Invincible. But for
I haven't watched season 3 yet, just because I like to have I like to binge things, so I typically don't watch it until it's finished airing.
some people, the discourse is a little bit different, as we have this tweet with 14,000 likes that ultimately got locked by the OP.
Oh,
You can see a response
brother.
even saying, didn't want to believe it, but yeah. What are they talking about? Well, let's take a look at the OP. Says, that's not my Tech Jacket. I don't care if Tech Jacket is a woman. I care that the VA is a Zionist.
God, again, dude. Oh my God, it's every time. People are so unhappy, brother. I don't care that Tech Jacket. That's not my Tech Jacket. I don't give two Fs that Tech Jacket's not a woman. I care that the VA is a Zionist, and you should care that you're unemployed. Because why do you care what a VA does when you're watching a TV show? You know what, bro? That's okay. You're unemployed. I get it.
This user says, dang it, and another says, why, frickin' why? Reacting in anger and saying how it felt defending Tech Jacket from toxic Invincible fans, only to find out the VA loves Israel. But others saying, who cares, just watch the show. You gotta see this one. Storyboard revisionist for Invincible, Katrin Snodgrass, gives her thoughts on the Invincible fandom for the current talk about Tech Jacket being a woman. Yes, Katrin Snodgrass is offended at people
She looks like she would get offended. I'm not gonna lie.
criticizing that choice.
Sure.
And do you know who this person is, by the way? This is someone
Uh-huh.
who worked on notorious show. I can't even say the name. Oh, gosh. High Guardian Spice. This is a...
Oh, I know this one. Isn't this like some American-made animation that they call an American anime? Yeah, by Crunchyroll. A Crunchyroll original. Just put the anime in the bag, little bro. Don't come up with your own original ideas. Just sign the contract, bring them from overseas, host them. Don't make your own content. You guys are not that talented.
High Guardian Spice ex-employee.
That is
like,
insane.
bro.
She looks like it, bro. Does she not? Chat, does she not look like she would work on that? Look at her face, brother. Anyways, let's go ahead. Sorry.
Imagine-
I don't like making fun of people's looks, but when it's like she looks like it, she kind of looks like it. It seems to be the response to her now deleted Twitter account before she moved to Blue Sky. Of course, chat. It's always Blue Cry. I don't understand. I need to get over it. Maybe I do need to fire up my Blue Sky account. I need to be hot on their trail. I can't let them leave.
Just saying you worked on High Guardian Spice. That's like as bad as working on Concord if you were like in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I worked on High Guardian
Or
Spice.
Veilguard.
That's a name I never thought we'd hear again, but here we are.
The Invincible fandom is like wildly sexist. I knew that there was going to be a reaction to Zoe. I knew it was going to happen.
Why is she acting like that's an impressive prediction at all? Like, they literally swapped this character.
I don't understand. This is another one where it's like, why did you switch him out? Right? This is a character, a long-standing character from the comics. I think he plays a role in the Invincible War. Right, depending on which version you watch, he defeats one Mark. If you read it in the comics, he defeats two. He is honestly one of the strongest characters in the show, and I just don't understand why they gender swapped him. Right? It's not like it's a terrible character. She's not a bad character. At least she doesn't look like it. She looks cute, bro. I think she looks adorable. But that's not Zach, right? Like, I pulled up a picture when I was recording this because I saw it had something to do with Invincible. This is Zach, right? I always see this still of him or this panel, and it is like insanely badass. I was expecting to see this when I saw Tech Jacket, like Zach Thompson, but we get Zoe. again, there's nothing wrong with Zoe. I think she looks cute, but why? What? I'm so confused.
From male to female, and Tech Jacket has a bit of like a fan favorite following.
Yeah,
and
I like
Kirkman
Zach.
even issued a whole official statement about this, and she's like, "Oh, I knew people were going to talk about this."
Mm.
Yeah, shocker.
But I think the thing that's annoying me is seeing so many comments that are like, oh, I'm fine with it because she's obviously there to be a love interest for Oliver, or she's obviously there to serve the interest of other.
Wait. I'm pretty sure Ollie has Ollie's married in the comics, isn't he? Isn't he? Doesn't he get married to like a bug or something, like an alien? Also, unless she's super flat, she looks like Oliver's age now. He's Thraxon. He doesn't stay like that very long, right?
Male characters in the show. Women are autonomous beings that can do things for their own reasons.
No, they're not. Who the hell said that? Who let you have that? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
That don't actually have to
It's just, I knew she was going to say that, but it's really funny.
involve men. And when you are writing a story, your characters, regardless of gender, should be there to service the plot as a whole.
I'm the plot. So is my whole...
Right? So her being there doesn't mean that she is going to be a romantic interest or a sister or a mother. There are other things that women can be, because I know this is going to be shocking for you Invincible fans, because this is like a really big exclusive headline, but you know, women are people.
So let me get this straight. Actually, this isn't even surprising, chat. I'm almost disappointed at how by the book and how by their playbook this response is, right? I would have hoped that there would be a little bit more of a, give her a chance. She's blah, 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 blah. Because I would give Zoe a chance. She looks great. She looks cute, right? I think that's kind of cool. I'm more disappointed that they stayed with the same playbook of make a change, blame the fans, and talk down to the fans. She's even got the same condescending tone that all these people who are making these changes do, right? I'm just sad at how predictable this is, right? She could have done something cool and come on and been like I said, she could have come out and been like, to give Zoe a chance, but I guess... Chat, I don't even know. This will probably piss off more people than Zoe being gender bent.
Women are people, and don't just exist for men. And that's something I think you guys need to learn, because holy shit, these comments ain't it, bro.
This take is actually so horrible. Her points are so bad that I gotta unpack this in.
Yo, Hero, I'm on the left, bud. Get on the other side. Get your ass over there, brother. I'm over here. I can't move. My phone's over here. Get your ass over there, brother.
Multiple steps here.
What are you doing on this
all right,
side?
So first of
I don't
all,
want to cover you.
Start at the very beginning. She says that the Invincible
I'm like covering his
is
face.
wildly sexist. And her proof of this is a few comments that she cherry-picked where people are like, I wonder if she's going to date Oliver. Now, you can argue that's a silly question, but it's certainly not sexist.
It's a harmless question as well, right? Does she, talk with Ollie or something? Does she talk with Oliver? Do they have an interaction? Chat, people ship characters by just being in the same room with each other. This happens all the time. Just because they ask if she's going to be a love interest for Oliver, they probably don't know how fast he ages, right? They just probably like, oh, he's blah, blah, blah. They probably look cute together. What's the problem with that? I don't get it.
And it's absolutely not a wildly sexist.
Yeah.
Snodgrass over here calling those questions wildly sexist
what
is
a
actually
loser,
a
bro.
massive self-report to her own privilege. Because you know what's actually a wildly sexist
Find me her blue sky
stuff?
We must find her
a
on
number
blue
of
sky.
Middle Eastern countries
No,
that
just
have
kidding.
administrative laws that actively oppress women. That's wildly sexist. Not, I wonder if Tech Jacket's gonna date Oliver. She's
Yeah.
gonna call that wildly sexist, get all offended at it, and throw the buzzwords at people over that. And as usual,
Of course.
modern audience types like Snodgrass never want to talk about that stuff. You know, never ask them their opinion on Sharia law. They'll dodge that question as much as they can. And then there's the other part of her argument where she essentially says, quote, women have autonomous roles and
but it's okay because they are too busy complaining about Israel.
female Tech Jacket isn't there just to service men, unquote. Which is hilarious considering that Kirkman's own statement said that
Yeah.
Tech Jacket got swapped specifically because he would have been too similar to Mark, and that female Tech Jacket brings more affecting energy, which all of this implies was done to the benefit of male characters. Now,
That's fine. I think that's cool. Okay, that's a good explanation. I think that's okay. Because I think Zach Thompson has his own comics, right? Like he's the main character of his own comics. So it would make sense why they would want to keep him as a side character, right? But he's also insanely strong, so it's probably hard for that. So and he has like a lot of character development, so you know that makes sense, right? I get that, dude. This is a great response. Why couldn't she do a similar response to this, right? For Zoe Dutch, is that her name? Ooh.
don't need to agree with Kirkman on this premise, but it goes to
Also, it's Zoe with a Y. I thought it was with Justin E.
show how out of touch and ignorant Snodgrass's argument is both in real life and in the Invincible verse. And one more thing too, actually. Take note of how Snodgrass seems to think it's mutually exclusive for female characters to have their own agency, but to also be things like a love interest or a sister, etc., etc. This is such an insane take because there's an almost endless amount of female characters in fiction who are these things, but still very cool on their own, and yes, with their own agency. The fact is, obviously, a female character can be a wife or a sister, again, etc., etc., and also have their own agency and do cool things on their own. She's the one who, like I said a second ago, is the one acting like that stuff.
And there's an insane amount of them in Invincible. In just in Invincible as well. Like there's like Adam Eve, Monster Girl. Now Zoe. Right? now that Zoe's Tech Jacket, that would have been one. She killed one of the Invincibles. It was Viltrumite Mark in space by herself. She soloed a Mark variant, by the way. So that makes her like super strong and really cool.
This mutually exclusive, which one could argue is actually her making a sexist take. Interestingly enough, this whole Tech Jacket swap discourse is occurring as a clip is currently going viral of Jennifer Newsom, the wife of Gavin Newsom, who is the governor of California, where she talks about how she will change protagonists from male to female in books that she reads to her kids, according to her own standards.
I hate these people. I hate them. I hate them so much. Oh my God, that's so... I mean, she's doing it to her kids. Whatever, right? I don't care what she does in her house. It sounds stupid. I can make fun of her for it, but it's in the comfort of her own house. What do I care?
By the way, this would be misgendering, but you know, it's fine when they do it. It's different when they do it.
I've given our boys dolls, even if they tear the head off. I've given them dolls to learn that care and caregiving is not just an activity that's reserved for women, but that it's...
Huh. That's kind of weird. Why not just let the kid be a kid? Whatever. That's not my kid.
also an activity that is a responsibility of men. What I've done with both my daughters and my sons is if I'm reading a book and the protagonist is a male, I just change the he to a she. And it just normalizes for my sons in particular. I don't even just do it for my girls. I do it for my sons because I want them to see that women can be the center of a story.
So just read them a story where the woman's the center of attention, center of the story. Believe it or not, I don't know if you've known this. If you've read a book, there's probably tons of those. Yeah. What? What am I listening to, bro?
Women matter. that women are interesting.
Yeah, sure they are. Oh, just kidding. Dude, okay, I'm way too sarcastic of a person to be listening to this, because when someone gets super preachy and condescending in my face or like at me, I have the urge to give them a sarcastic answer back. That's why no one should ever call me like, oh, you're a this, you're a that, you're an ist, you're a foe, because I'm going to agree, right? Not because I am, but because you wanted to be super snarky and super, yeah. So I'll probably agree, just out of principle, just out of me thinking it's funny.
At the end of the day, we're all kind of like in this place in history maybe where we're recognizing what it is to ultimately deconstruct all these gender roles and ultimately be human. And that's exciting
You're a lot of things. I don't know if acting like a human is one of them.
to me. So, you know, I'll just continue to kind of do my work and try and deconstruct all of these like limiting narratives about ultimately what it means to be human.
Oh my God. You're so... You know what? Maybe I am going to say a slur, because... I don't... whatever.
She says she does this to prove that women can be the center of a story, that women matter and women are interesting. She's going about this in an extremely dishonest, manipulative way, though. This is a horrible approach at trying to make those points to her kids. This is actually insane. Hey, to prove that women matter, we're going to lie to your face and manipulate
just read him
you.
some
Like,
Wonder Woman stories.
is she out of her mind?
Wonder Woman's
why
really
would she,
cool.
Why would she
I
do
love
something like that?
Diana.
Why would she say this? It's actually crazy. And the fact that she doesn't have the self-awareness to see that is also crazy. There's plenty of examples that she could actually use of awesome women throughout history or amazing women in fiction. But instead of doing that, she takes this extremely dishonest, deceitful approach. And again, has no self-awareness to realize how bad that is. She thinks she's like this extremely moral person for doing this. And you gotta love when people like her also talk about how they're deconstructing gender roles when they're really not. These people are the biggest perpetuators of gender norms out there. And if you're familiar with anime and gaming localization discourse and how corrupt that industry is, it's kind of interesting how similar her rhetoric is to the stuff we've seen from these corrupt EN localizers too. Although not surprising in the least, but I'll leave it there for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the latest here. And have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in. I'll see you next time.
I don't know. These people are... Is interesting the word? Oh, there's another word for it, but I probably can't say it. Yeah, that's... Man, I wish I hadn't learned about this. Or the last part I wish I hadn't learned about. The whole thing, like this, like I said, this person right here, this editor, had such a... Especially after Kirkman talked about it, you had such a layup that would have been so easy to make. Instead, you wanted to be condescending and be an asshole and talk down to people. I don't know why. Like, I'm confused, chat. Someone explain it to me. Why is the obvious answer not the right? Why is the right answer not the obvious one? Why do they pick the wrong one every time? I don't know. I'll probably see Zoe. I mean, I was probably gonna watch Invincible, even though I was gonna wait for it to finish. But we'll see. Chat. Let me know, guys, for comment, subscribe. I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.